It's on record. Okay. Madungog man ko ninyong tarong na.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, good evening or good afternoon, everyone. So, we are going to discuss about the polygraphy or arithmetic 6. So, okay. So, before we proceed to the instrument or the main part of the subject, let's go first to the early methods of detecting deception. Okay. So let me first read this to all of you. So ordeal, trial, or judicium day is a common method of deciding guilt or innocence and a practice of referring disputed questions to the judgment of God, determined by various means, particularly by physical tests. Diba? For the first decades of his renewed existence, the medieval coroner had to be present at some curious and barbaric rites connected with the law. These were the various ordeals or semi-magical method of determining guilt or innocence, which goes right back to prehistoric times through many cultures prior to the coming of the Anglo-Saxons. In the middle of the 13th century, the ordeal had died out in England and on the other continents. So therefore, ang method sa una to detect deception, when you say deception, fraud, pagpangatik, di ba? Pagpangilad. In what method, in what terms, no? Pagpangilad in terms of you are not owning the blame, di ba? Dili nimo ang kunon ang imong sala. So let's just say na nangawat ka, no? Sa mo na sa sinaunang panahon ha. Nangawat ka tapos isa ka sa mga gidudahan, isa ka sa mga pang-suspetsahan nga nangawat didto. So tulong mo kabuok suspects. Even if kabalo ka sa imong sarili nga ang duha is mga innocent, but because of the fact that you are not afraid to face the consequence of your action, no, you are afraid to face the consequence of your crime, dili nimo ang kunon ang imuhang salaod, no? Dili nimo ang kunon ang imuhang crime nga gi-commit. So therefore, bubalibad ka, no? Kung pangutanan ka kung ikaw ba ang ikawat, may kagan know your honor, di ba? Kasagaran or ang most common method sa pag-hear sa kaso sa unang panahon is through public trial, di ba? Now, when you say public trial, mo nang i-hear ka or dunggo na imong kaso, ilitis imong kaso sa atubangan sa publiko, di ba? So therefore, gubot kaayo siya kay nga naman kay allowed man ang public na maghatag o maglabay og mga opinions, suggestions, no? Batok sa imuhang kaso. Sing nangud ka paras kay Jesus Christ, di ba? Gilitis siya ni Poncio Pilato in public, no? Gilitis siya publicly, di ba? So therefore, si Poncio Pilato nag-serve as a judge or fiscal or nag-serve as a prosecutor sa kaso ni Jesus Christ. Nagapangayo siya opinions or suggestions gikan sa publiko. Diba? Asa man nagikan ng hatol nga islansang sa krus si Jesus Christ gikan sa public, right? No, so inana gyapon na siya sa una. But dire na ay lain method in detecting deception, diba? Kining trial, this is to prove that there is a crime happened, that there is indeed a crime nga nahitabo, and dire sa buton or tan-awon kung unsa ang gravity sa offense para ma-determine kung what kind of punishment ang dapat ihatag sa imuha mo ng trial, okay? Ang ordeal naman, this is a method of detecting deception. Okay? Detecting deception, i-detect para malaman kung nangatik ba daw ka. Now, when we talk about ordeals, there are many forms of ordeals. Diba? We have red hot iron ordeal, ordeal of balance, boiling water ordeal, ordeal of rice chewing, ordeal of the red water, and the sacred ass or donkey's tail ordeal. Okay? Now, sa red hot iron ordeal, this kind of test was used among the hill tribe of Rajamal in the north of Bengal, part of India, on where the accused was up to be told to prove his innocence by applying his tongue to red hot iron 9 times. If his tongue burn or his mouth becomes dried, he is judged to be as guilty. Okay, so therefore, ang red hot iron ordeal, mo ni siya ang red hot iron literally. Okay, it is a red, it is hot, and it is made of iron. Okay, bakal siya. Okay, metal siya. So therefore, ang buhaton ana is, if you are one of the suspect sa isa ka krimen, in order for you to prove your innocence sa korte or sa trial, no, you need to undergo this kind of ordeal. Take note that this ordeal is very common or gina-apply ni siya sa hill of tribe of Rajamal, part sa North Bengal. Okay, located in India. Okay, part siya sa India. So, sa mga suspects nga na dito, buhaton ana sa ilaha is, they stick their tongues out, no? You stick your tongue out, and they are going to apply the red hot iron into your tongue 9 times. Okay? Init gina siya. So naturally, di ba, bisan nasa sa part sa tong lawas kung mapasok lang ta, bisan man ganig mapasok, makagunit lang ta og init, di ba? Mamula man dahil na kumpani, di ba? So, unsa na kani kung dila, di ba? So, dili kay siya ingon nga conclusive, di ba? Nga conclusive evidence or conclusive method to detect deception. Kay because of being hot, muuga man gid na imong dila, di ba? Mag-dry out man gid na imong dila. Aside from that, mamula man gid na imong dila. So I don't know, some other people, wala siguro reaction nilang dila regarding this one. So there will be judged as innocent, di ba? Pero kung namula dagay na imong dila, na paso kay imong dila sa mutag na uga ang imong dila, meaning wala day laway tungod sa pag-apply sa red hot iron 9 times imong dila, then you will be charged as guilty. Inana siya. So sa ato sa pagkakaroon, it doesn't make sense at all, di ba? Pero sa unang panahon, isa na sa mga methods nila in detecting deception. Okay? Ang ordeal of balance naman, this type of practice of testing the veracity of the accused by placing him on one scale of balance. In one scale, the accused was in the other side of counterbalance. The accused then stepped out of the scale, listened to a judge deliver to an exhortation to the balance, and get back in. If he were found too lighter than before, he will be judged as innocent. So mao na siya. Ordeal of balance. Pabalansihon ka sa or timbangon ka sa judge. Okay, timbangon ka sa judge, tapos pag kita sa imo nga inaning timbang, ipatimbang na pagkausab. Now, if you are mas gaan karon kaysa sa katong previous ni mga timbang, then you will be judged as innocent. Innocente daw ka. So how can you do that? Diba? Nga unsa ni mo pagpagaan sa imong sarili in a matter of short period of time. So that is one of the ordeal of balance. Ang boiling water ordeal naman, as a test of deception of this ordeal was used in modern Africa. This type of test is the person will told to immerse his arm to a big pot with a full of water, or his arm will of water. If his arm will not burst, then he is innocent. So from the title itself, boiling water ordeal, kumukulong tubig, di ba? So in order for them to know kung kinsa daw ang namakak, kung kinsa ang guilty o kinsa ang inosente, Now, this suspect, for example, tulo ka book suspect sa isa ka krimen. Now, these three suspect will immerse their arm into the boiling water. Na kung walay reaction ang ilahang arm sa pag-immerse silahang arm sa boiling water, then they will be charged as, or they are innocent. Now, kapag mo-react naman ang imong bukton or imong arm, of course, init na mamulag yun na imong kuan, di ba? May kumukulong tubig yan eh. Diba? So, kung na-reaction imong arm, mamula, malapuan, or whatsoever, then you are guilty. O na ang boiling water ordeal. Ang ordeal of rice chewing naman, this practice started in India. The accused will be given a concentrated rice grains and he will told chew or swallow the said rice. If the accused not able to swallow a single grain, he will be judged as guilty, and this by their belief that no person able to swallow the gift of God. So sa ordeal of rice chewing naman, even until now, no, the rice of or any kind of food is a gift of God, diba? So meaning dili na to pwede sayang-sayangan ang pagkaon. So sa unang panahon inana gyapon sila. Now ginagamit din nila ang rice to determine the innocence or guilt of a specific person, diba? Who is this specific person? The suspect. Now kapag naa sila duda sa innocence sa suspect, gamiton nila ng ordeal of rice chewing. It is either ipachew lang nila ang rice or ipatulon nila ang rice. Okay? Now, kapag dili daw matulon sa suspect ang rice, even a single grain sa rice, dili gina niya matulon, therefore guilty siya. Therefore guilty siya because a guilty person daw or a simple person cannot accept or swallow the gift of God. What is the gift of God? The rice, the food. Okay? Now, kapag ipachew lang naman sa iyaha, kapag dili daw na mabasa sa laway ang rice. No? When you say concentrated rice, mo nang hilaw pa nga bugas. Okay? Hilaw pa nga rice. Bugas pa siya. So kapag dili gina mabasa sa laway, no? Kapag mag-chew na ka sa rice, unya wala na siya nabasa, meaning you are still guilty. Okay? Because of what? Now because of they believe that, 'di ba, pag guilty ka, unya ginatago nimo imong guilt, you tend to be anxious, 'di ba? You are atakihon ka sa anxiety. Kulbaan ka, unsa day feeling sa makulbaan? Magpalpitate ka, di ka mapakali, di ba? You are anxious. Usahay pa na mag-uga imong baba, di ba? Samot na ka ng mga stage fright, di ba? Mo nang kasagaran nila, anxiety ang kasagaran nilang bation. Now, same lang daw gyapon sa inana ang feeling, di ba? Now, if you are guilty and you are not telling the truth, mag-uga imong baba, so therefore masinsaon na nimo chew sa bugas, dili gid na mabasa. So therefore, it is one of the indications that you are being deceptive. You are namakak, diba? So therefore, you are guilty. Ang ordeal of the red water naman, the accused fast for 12 hours, swallow the small amount of rice grains, then imbibes the dark colored water, sometimes of a gallon, as an emetic, and if the suspect ejects all the rice given to him, he is considered as innocent. So therefore, ang ordeal of the red water daw is ipa-fasting daw si suspect for 12 hours or si akusado. Si accused, ipa-fasting siya for 12 hours, tapos ipaswallow siya og small amount of grain of rice or rice grain, and i-imbibe siya sa dark colored water. Diba? Now, kapag ma-eject na niya ang rice nga gipatulon siya, then he is innocent. Now, kapag hindi naman, then he is guilty. The sacred ass or donkey's tail ordeal naman, or the last ordeal, the donkey will be placed in one room alone and observe. If the donkey will cry, a judge of guilty will be given because of the guiding principle that innocent person always protected by his guardian angel. Diba? It doesn't make sense. Unsay connection sa donkey. So it is said that if you are the accused, no, it could be that kamong duha sa donkey isulod sa isa ka room. Now kapag mo cry or mo hilak or even if na mutingog ang donkey, then you will be charged guilty. Okay? Because they believe that an innocent person will be protected by his guardian angel. Now, all of these ordeals were based on their beliefs, based on their traditions, based on their customs. No? It is part of their customary. Now, nagkalahi-lahi ang ilahang ordeal because lahi-lahi man sa ilang tradition, lahi-lahi man sila nga tribo, right? Now, these all based sa ilahang tradition and beliefs, diba? Because they believe, no? The common denominator here is they believe that if you are innocent, then the God or the Almighty God, regardless of what kind of God you have, will command your guardian angel or all of the angels to protect you. So whatever test na ihatag sa imuha by the jury, you will be protected by the guardian angel. Now, if you are sinful or if you are guilty sa crime, then the Almighty God will command his guardian angels or even if your guardian angel nga pasagdan ka and let your crime, no, or let your sin be seen by the public or by the people. Muna nga, mugawas ka, mapasok ka, di mo matulon ang rice, di ka kabalance, di ba? Muna siya. O muhilak si donkey simuha. So, di mo siya unsaa. So that is the different kinds of ordeal, no, nga ginagamit nila in detecting deception. Now let's go to the instrument. Okay? Now, sa polygraph machine, there are 4 major parts. Okay? 4 major parts sa polygraph machine. Diba? Na ay pneumograph, na ay galvanograph, na ay Speedmograph, and na ay chemograph. Now, sa parts and functions of a polygraph machine and its attachment, polygraphs, usually termed as lie detector, is an instrument that monitors a person's physiological reactions. Now, when you say physiological reactions, these are the reactions that cannot be seen by our naked eye. Na mo ang mga kadalasan nga napapalampas natin because hindi natin ito napapansin. Diba? Morning mga reactions na nahitabo inside their body, within their body, mo nang dili nato mapansin. This instrument does not detect lies. Again, the polygraph machine or the lie detector machine does not detect lies. It can only detect whether deceptive behavior is being displayed. Now, the instrument is carefully and accurately engineered for recording changes in the respiration, skin moisture, blood pressure, and pulse. The polygraph chart tracing will reveal attempted deception as shown by physiological changes that are recorded reliably. So therefore, ang polygraph machine or ang lie detector machine or ang polygraphy is not or it cannot detect lies. Okay? It does not detect lies. It just records the reactions or the person's physiological reactions. No, it monitors the person's physiological reactions. Now, these reactions, diri mag-vary, diba? Diri mag-vary kung ang subject ba or ang person ba is being deceptive or not. Okay? Sa pag-monitor sa iyang reactions, diba, i-monitor mo na siya by the chemograph. Now, kapag naaga na yung mga discrepancies na makita upon interpretation ni polygraph examiner, diri na makita kung naabay mga possibility or probability nga nangilad ba or the subject is not being truthful to his answer. Okay? So before we proceed to that, no, balik sa diri sa major parts of the polygraph machine. First, we have the pneumograph. The pneumograph records changes of breathing of the subject. It consists of transducers, and pneumograph tubes are fastened around the subject's abdominal and thoracic part of the body. The pneumograph tube contains certain of volume of air. As a subject inhale and exhale, the tube an accordion-like expand and contract, causing changes of pressure within the tube. The changes are driven to the recording bellows, causing a forward and backward movement of the pivot shaft to which the recording pen is connected. Okay, now I'm going to send a series of photographs regarding the different parts or regarding the major parts of pneumograph tomorrow or next meeting. Okay, para naman makita ninyo unsay itsura sa pneumograph, unsay itsura sa galvanograph, unsay itsura sa Corsiga-Speedmograph and the chemograph. Now, ang pneumograph, again, it records the changes of breathing of the subject. Ang galvanograph naman records the skin resistance of the subject to a very small amount of electricity. No? Dili gid nato ma-feel. No, it is just a very small amount of electricity. The GSR or the galvanic skin reflex comprise a finger or palm electrodes that is attached on the subject's finger, primarily the index and ring finger or the palm, to check and detect skin resistance towards a small amount of electricity. To operate the galvanometer, supply a current and the mechanical movement of a 7-inch recording pen. Okay, recording pen will take place. Now that is the galvanograph. No, ang iyang i-record ana is ang GSR or the galvanic skin reflex, where maghatag or mag-send na siya og small amount of electricity towards sa atong skin, towards sa tip sa atong finger, then i-record din niya kung unsa ang reaction sa ato ang skin or sa atong finger upon contact with the electricity. Okay, mo na siya. Ang Corsiga-Speedmograph naman, the Corsiga-Speedmograph records the changes of blood pressure and pulse rate. It consists of arm cuff or arm cuff. The arm cuff is placed around the subject's arm with a covered rubber bladder part centered at the bronchial artery about an inch above the elbow and must be inflated by a pimp bulb to put air into the system, which recorded in a sphygmomanometer. Okay, sphygmomanometer in millimeters of mercury, generally 60 to 80 millimeters. After inflation, the arm cuff becomes so susceptible to monitor changes of blood pressure as well as pulse rate and amplitude to be sent out to the recording below and be recorded by the cardio pen on the chart. Okay, that is the purpose of Speedmograph. It records the changes of blood pressure and at the same time the pulse rate of the subject. Okay. Now, kining arm cuff, katry na mo anang kuhaan mo BP. Di ba? Kanang mano-mano nga BP nga na ay ibutang sa inyo ang bukton, mo ng arm cuff. Mo po na ang ibutang sa inyo ha kung if you are subject sa pag-conduct or pag-undergo of polygraph examination. Now, ang chemograph naman, chemograph is sometimes referred as the chart drive module. This is motor that pulls or drives the chart paper under the recording pen at the same time at the rate of 6 to 12 inches per minute. The chart roll is about 100 feet long, 6 inches width with half-inch margin apart. Paper is imprinted with horizontal lines spaced at half-inch interval. Each half-inch division across the paper signifies 5 seconds of time. Pulse rate minute may then be calculated by multiplying the number of beats counted in one division by 12. Now, mao na siya ang chemograph, okay? It is referred as a chart module. Kung asa mag-record sa mga physiological reactions ang polygraph machine, mo na ang chemograph, okay? Mo na ang papel nga sulatan o records, okay? Now, these are the 4 major parts of a polygraph machine. No, nasa kanya-kanyang mga designations, duties, or responsibilities in taking notes or recording the physiological reactions of the subject. Okay? Now again, polygraph machine, usually, gina-term siya as lie detector, but in reality, it is not a lie detector. Okay? It cannot detect lies. Okay? It cannot detect lies. It is just an investigative aid sa mga investigators. Okay? Dili po siya pwede nga maulang ang buhaton sa isang investigator o dili na siya mag-conduct o any other kind of investigation regarding sa kaso ngayong gigunitan. No, dili pwede nga mag-rely lang siya sa polygraph examination. Okay? And again, dili po tanan kaso or dili po tanan suspect, witness, or victim pwede subject for polygraph examination. Kapag makitaan lang na ay kinahanglan or it needs nga mag-undergo siya o polygraph examination, then that is the only time nga pwede mo mag-request o polygraph examination. Okay? Pero dili pwede nga magdepende lang sa investigator sa results sa polygraph examination because it is not conclusive. It is inadmissible sa korte. Okay? The result of the polygraph is not admissible sa court. Okay? So I think that's it for now, or that's it for tonight. Next meeting, we are going to proceed with the principles of polygraphy and as well as the concepts of polygraph examination and the preparation sa pag-conduct o formulation sa questions or sa preliminary preparation para sa polygraph examination. Now, thank you for listening. I am not going to leave you any questions regarding this matter because isahon lang nako ni siya sa at the end of the week maybe.